Document 360 Team Auditing lets you monitor what actions your team members are taking in your project. It logs every event relating to who did what and when, and helps admins oversee the changes made to the knowledge base. Team auditing is valuable when undertaking a review of your organizational activities to ensure adherence to any regulatory or compliance guidelines. In the project settings under Team Auditing, let's first look at Audit Configuration, where we can set up the specific events we want to keep an eye on. Events are any activity executed by a team member in the project. We can turn on the All Events toggle if you want to log every single activity, and this is enabled by default. However, depending on your business needs and compliance guidelines, you can monitor a certain category or individual events by enabling the corresponding toggle. The Team Auditing page gives an up-to-date list of all the logged events. Here, we are able to use filtering options to view activities based on events, which pertain to the different project categories, by date and by user. For example, let's view all events performed by this user over the last 30 days under the Documentation Editor and Project Admin Settings category. Let's look at a couple of use cases to understand how team auditing can be used effectively. For the first demonstration, let's see how we can enforce some of our organization-wide security and access policies. Assume we interact with many third-party developers and contractors, and API tokens are periodically added and removed for various applications. We'd like to keep a close eye on any user activity relating to API generation within our project, since this could potentially lead to a security breach. Under Audit Configuration, in the Tools category, we can enable the applicable toggles to audit these events. Imagine we recently stopped doing business with a third-party developer and need to know whether that API token has been removed within the time frame specified in our security policy. We can run through the Team Auditing section to see if there is an entry for the event and see who performed the deletion and when. For our next example, let's say that our knowledge base documentation contains a number of variables and snippets to ensure that certain reuse information remains updated and consistent at all times. Variables are text-based content like telephone numbers and emails, while snippets are a set of predefined content blocks like a confidentiality clause. We'd like to audit any updates made by a user to variables and snippets in our project. In the Audit Configuration section, under Documentation Editor category, we can enable the toggles related to updating of variables and snippets. Now, if a team member edits a variable or snippet like a phone number, we will see it logged in the Team Auditing section. In conclusion, with the Team Auditing tools in Document 360, you can examine your team activity at a granular level to make sure that they adhere to all regulatory and compliance guidelines of your organization.